Right then, here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Jack Reeve, Talk Norwich City. This is the Oxford United versus Norwich City watch along, and we are live. I am recording on some new kit this evening, so apologies if there's anything wrong with it. I hope that there isn't. Please do let me know, one, how I look. Don't tell me I look fat or anything like that. Just, can you see me? And two, how do I sound? If both of those are okay, then we're in for a treat of an evening, hopefully. Just let me know if you can see things, as I say, on a slightly new techie system tonight. And I was educated at Flegg High, so my technical capabilities maybe aren't that of someone at a better school. Right, okay, I think we've got you all. It is Oxford United against Norwich City this evening. I am going to get the team up and press pause. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this then. Liam Gibbs as a right winger. Dan Grimshaw in goal. I put out a video this morning. I think I titled it something like "Another Injury Crisis Back Again," and there were a couple of people who were like, "Oh, this is clickbait." I centred it around Jova Makama and Papa Amadou Diallo. Philippe Clement had his press conference yesterday and didn't really say a huge amount on Jova Makama and Papa Amadou Diallo. All I'm saying is, if there was good news to release, he would have released it. The update on Jova Makama and Papa Amadou Diallo, and now add into the fact Vladan Kovacevic, I don't think it's looking good. That's all I'll say. And I don't think we'll be seeing much of Jova Makama nor Papa Amadou Diallo for the rest of this month. Hopefully, not for too much longer after that, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it is. That's an issue. Vladan Kovacevic, got some murmurs of it earlier on today that he was injured. I thought they were horrible, false accusations. They weren't. So we are now without our goalkeeper, our right winger, our striker, and a few others as well. We've essentially gone in the last week from having a full strength starting 11 to now once again having Liam Gibbs at right wing. I mean, that's on par with Tony Springett at left back. Not quite so bad as that, but we are in that sort of territory. Thankfully, Anis Ben Slimane is coming into his own in the number 10. Oscar Schwartau on the left-hand side. I did wonder whether it was going to be a toss-up between Quistgarden and Toure. I went with Toure in my preview video. I think he's slightly more suited to this kind of role in this type of game. We shall see. I do think there's a player in Quistgarden, so I was hoping maybe this evening with the issues to the right wing slot that maybe we'll see him in there, but not to be. Sam Field kind of predicted him over Jacob Wright. Again, feels like this is the type of game where Sam Field might excel over that of Jacob Wright. The defensive line outside of Vladan Kovacevic unchanged. So a incredibly kind of intriguing evening ahead. I don't think that this is going to be as easy as some have kind of made it. I don't think anyone's made it out to be an easy assignment this evening. I think Norwich are about 6-4 with BetRight. I think that's probably about a fair price, actually. When I saw us odds against on Saturday at home to Blackburn, I thought that's one to get kind of stuck into. With this one, Oxford don't score many, but also don't concede many. I think in terms of shots given up, in terms of expected goals against, Oxford ranked 5th in the league. So pretty decent defensively. Also pretty stubborn going forwards. I mean, that game at Carrow Road, Philippe Clement's first home game, in fact, wasn't it? That was a real opportunity for Norwich to pick up points. Oxford kind of huffed and puffed and eventually found a way. Slightly different encounter this time around. Look, Oxford are scrapping around. You will see there in a moment as the table ticks around. I think Oxford are 3 points from safety, potentially more. So they are absolutely desperate for points, and this is a game they will see as a real opportunity, much like ourselves. Yeah, there you go, Oxford 23rd, 28 points. Leicester City on 32. So 4 points adrift. A win here tonight for them would be absolutely massive. For Norwich City, again, a really big opportunity to attempt to kick on and pull ourselves further away from the relegation battle. It's been a really strange few weeks in the sense of, as I say, we kind of beat Coventry, and then it's like, okay, maybe top 6. Like I think there were genuine kind of discussions around top 6. And now it's, okay, we've got Liam Gibbs at right wing. We've got Mo Toure, who we've just brought in as kind of a third choice striker starting up front. And suddenly injuries are a real issue again. Vladan Kovacevic, I think some people said it was a groin strain. Some people said it was a quad strain. We shall see. It doesn't sound good either way. Joffrey McCarmer, that doesn't look like too much of a happy medical report. The same with Papa Amadou Diallo. I think that the other thing that we need to discuss, and maybe it's not one for now, maybe it's one for a video later on, is Josh Sargent. Because we have a player on the books at Colney worth 20 million quid as a number 9 not playing, and instead we're having to play Mo Toure and Matthias Kvistgården. Look, perfectly fine options, but you would rather Josh Sargent in there. So we're going to have to get to a stage where if Toronto don't up their bid soon, we have a really real situation on our hands because of the issue with Jovan McCarmer now, where we're either going to have to say, mate, you're going to have to play. Like, if you're Philippe Clement, suddenly you might be thinking, like, do I just try and get him back in? Do I try and reintegrate him back into the squad? Anyway, I think that's one for another day. We are, 5 minutes away from kickoff here. I would be really intrigued to hear your thoughts on the team selection this evening, because, I mean, what are the other options you've got? Kvistgården. I mean, let's have a look at the bench, shall we? These injuries once again just piling up. So the bench is Louis Molden, obviously Kovacevic out, so third choice Molden steps up to the bench. Harry Darling, Jack Stacey, Yakov Medic. So you've got, suitable defensive options there. Paris Magoma, let's not forget about him. They've been kind of managing workload there, but that could potentially be an issue, an option. Jacob Wright, Ali Ahmed. Ahmed dropped to the bench. I thought Schwartau would be out on the right, Ali Ahmed out on the left. Who knows? Maybe Ahmed one for off the bench. Tony Springett and Matthias Kvistgården. So you do have options in terms of the attacking options. Ali Ahmed, Matthias Kvistgården, Paris Magoma, Tony Springett. We're not at complete bare bones. We're not at Tony Springett at left-back levels against Sheffield United away yet. But to go from the situation we had 2 weeks ago to now is slightly alarming. Chaz Tats, welcome along to the show, my friend. Liam Gibbs is about to turn into prime Tony Kroos. Let's hope so. OTBC, NZ, member for 3 months. Good morning, Norwich City, you fine folk. Great to see you, my friend. Let's see what other comments we've got. Let's get your score predictions in and the thoughts around the team this evening. I would love that hugely. As you can see, you have eyes. I am on my own this evening. No Chris Reeve. He has got a very exciting arrival coming soon. No, it's not a striker or a right winger. I'm sure you've seen on his social media a while back that he is expecting a child, which is just around the corner. So TNC is going to be manned by me. Apologies for that, for the foreseeable. So, I thought I'd provide some context around that. God, look at these kits changing. We're in pink now, aren't we? Pink kits. God, that looks quite sensual, actually. Let's get the match stats up, shall we? They're already up. Perfect. Blue, yellow. Juxtaposition there. Changes and injuries have worried me, but confident we can win 2-0. Matt Gregory, welcome to the show, my friend. He says 1-1. Skillsy, tuning in from the car in Minnesota, 2-0 Norwich. I'll take that. Chloe Thurston, the pink kit is beautiful. I agree, Chloe. It does look absolutely divine. And the last time we played in the famous Norwich City pink, that isn't very famous, We won 5-0 against West Bromwich Albion. And that man on my screen now, Enes Ben Slimane, scored a goal that evening and got an assist and was, well, that was his breakthrough evening, wasn't it? So let's hope we'll see more of the same from him tonight. Here from Sweden, we've got Swedes, we've got Americans, we've got LIP Ripper Fish & Co. tuning in from Florida, 2-1 City. Aconite, great to see you, my friend. A $2 super chat. Thanks so much. Aiden with the super chat. Congrats on 30k subscribers. Yes, we hit 30k subscribers. We could fill Carrow Road and the Holiday Inn and still have some left over for the bar. And we could all pile in and have a few pints. Aiden, thank you very much for your super chat. And thanks to all of you for subscribing over the years. We have been going at this for a very long time. Really nice to hit 30k subs, and hopefully we will see a few more subscribers over the coming weeks, months, and years, and maybe decades. Who knows how long I'll survive? Michael says 3-1 City from America. Marshall 3-1 Norwich. I tell you what, you guys are confident. And I'm glad about that, because I'm not feeling overly confident this evening. There's something about this one that just makes me feel a little bit shaky. So I'm hoping that you are right and I am wrong. And Norwich City are about to get underway here. Jason just became a member. Thanks very much, Jason. Jason Pope 5797, top man for becoming a member. You can do so via somewhere on the channel, but that's very kind of you. Eleanor says, watching Bury St Edmunds, boring 0-0. Do you know what? I think I might actually take a point. I think I'd take a point. This is a makeshift side. Look, if Norwich City win, I think that would be enough to say that we're probably safe at this stage. Eek. There's an opportunity here. Oxford are, from what I've seen this season, outside of Sheffield Wednesday, I'm not counting them. Oxford, in terms of the teams I've seen this season, Norwich City play, Oxford have been the worst. But it's a different complexion here this evening. Thankfully, outside, as I say, of Kovacevic, that defensive line remains unchanged. Sam Field coming in for Kenny McLean. I tell you what, Mo Torre's in early doors here. Mo Torre's in, and Mo Torre will score! 1-0 Norwich City. And it's that man, Mo Torre, scoring after 59 seconds. What was I saying about being worried? Mohamed Torre, it's Dan Grimshaw with the assist. Runs through, and there we go. Ticks over there. Norwich City 1, Oxford United 0. Oh my goodness. The Sky feed have got it wrong. That says 1-1. I can assure you it is not. That is one ball over from goalkeeper. It's a gambling run from Torre. He gets there first. Let's watch this again. Jose Cordoba plays it back to Grimshaw. It is a long punt forwards. It hangs in the Oxfordshire air. The defender misjudges it. Torre whips in behind, takes it past the keeper and taps it home. I tell you what a start Mo Torre has had to his Norwich City career. Norwich City 1, Oxford United 0, and Norwich have scored after about 50 seconds here. What a start to the watch-along. What a start to life at Norwich City for Mo Torre. Josh Sargent, Jovan Makama, who? Mo Torre's in town and he is here to score goals. I tell you what, Dan Grimshaw turning into Iniesta there. Vladan Kovacevic with his poorly quad watching on going, why have I not been doing that all season? Canary Man says, hi all, 2-0 City. You might need to change that score prediction, Canary Man, because we're 1-0 up already. I mean, if we score at the rate of knots at the moment, we're going to win this 93-0. I wouldn't rule it out. Look, Norwich City, pink kit, do the maths, right? Philippe Clement's Norwich City in pink, score goals. What a start to proceedings here on the watch-along. I was not expecting that. I just glanced over to my screen and saw the ball hanging in the air, falling to Mo Torre. And I tell you what, he's still got work to do. Dinks it under the goalkeeper, side foots it into the net, bish bash bosh. Philippe Clement's at the wheel, and Norwich City are striding forwards once again here, and Slamane's offside. Mo 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 Torre. Sing it loud, sing it proud. Tell everyone you know that Mo Torre's in town, everybody. Wow. Norwich City in this pink, away from home, on the watch along. I don't know if it's just a recent Philippe Clement thing, or maybe it's just the fact that Chris Reeve isn't here. Maybe it's just me. You know, I told you all, I'm a visionary. I called it early with Anis Ben Slimane. I called it early with Virgil van Dijk, otherwise known as Jose Cordoba, at the back. Liam Gibbs has just been kicked in the head. That wasn't very nice. Ezek is 5-0, full time. Let's go. Jules says, cricket score alert. I tell you what. If you're Oxford United right now, you're going to be a bit worried. All in all, that was horrific defending from Oxford. It is one long ball forwards. The centre-back just completely misjudges it. Really nice from Toure, though. And actually, you know, it was a tap-in for him at the weekend, but his awareness, his positioning to get in that kind of area, to sniff out the opportunity was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He's done it again there. Quickly falling in love with Mo Torre, you know. Let me know in the comments. Mo Torre, I'm really starting to enjoy him. And I've only known the man for about half an hour. But I think it's acceptable to fall in love with your number 9 pretty quick. Hoysey, great to see you, my friend. 6-0 inbound. If you don't know Hoysey Golf, you're not living. If you don't know Hoysey Golf, it's like not knowing about Mo Torre. Where are you? Go and check out Hoysey on Instagram. Norwich boy, doing good things. Great to see you, my friend. Matt Gregory says, Mo Salah has a poster of Mo Torre on his bedroom wall. I tell you what. Are Australia in the World Cup? Can someone let me know who's in the World Cup? I think everybody's in the World Cup, aren't they? There's about 54 teams playing this year. I tell you what. World Cup final. Canada against Australia. Heard it here first. You get good odds for that on Bet, right? Australia are in the World Cup. I tell you what. Australia, outside chance for Mo Torre up front. Much better chance than the United States of America. Henry Morgan, cut Napper some slack. He signed the best 3 number 9s in the league. Oh dear. Josh Sargent, Jovan McCarmer. Now Mo Torre. This has been an absolutely honking game other than the goal. It looks to be really raining hard and windy at the Kassam. Not that you asked for a Met Office look at this, but yeah. Aconite. We always enjoy a quiz with Aconite. Thanks so much for the super chat, my friend. Up to May 2024, which current championship team has the worst record against Norwich, losing 9 of their 10 games? Oh, I thought Torre was in again there. Read that question and hold the thought, because Norwich are coming forwards again here through Kenny McLean. That's a foul. I tell you what, I thought Mo Torre was about to score a brace after 6 minutes. I was getting a little bit excited. Up to May 2024, which current championship team has the worst record against Norwich, losing 9 of their 10 games? It's got to be Coventry, isn't it? We always beat Cov. I think it's Coventry. Someone says, is that wine? No, it's not. It's Diet Coke. It does look like wine, though, doesn't it? There's a bit of fizz in there. No, it's Diet Coke. I'm off the beer in the week at the moment. I'm just on a bit of a health kick. Not that you can see it, but you know, I want to be more like Ali Ahmed. You know. What a start this has been. Not Coventry. Just a quick reminder of that. Up to May 2024, which current championship team has the worst record against Norwich City, losing 9 of their 10 games? Sheffield Wednesday? No, because we drew with them. We lost. Did we lose them last season? I don't know. I always get these quiz questions wrong. I always think I know a lot about football until I hear other people talk about football, and then I realise I know absolutely nothing. Have you seen those quizzes where it's like darts, and it starts at 5:01, and you have to name appearance makers? So, like, if you named, I don't know, Sargent, and he's made 150 appearances for Norwich, it would take you down 150. You have to end on 0. I mean, some of the people playing that game are absolutely unbelievable. I barely know I barely know the players in this Norwich team. I tell you what, we're loving the long ball over to Mo Torre this evening. He's done well to hold it up. And Mo Torre's flipped his man. This is an inspired performance, Mo Torre. He's still going. He's still going. Oh, he cuts it back. I tell you what, people. What an opening 8 minutes this has been for Mo Torre. He's kind of inspired by Jovan Makama. His hold-up play. Very similar style to Jovan Makama. He flips his man. He runs through. Just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet there. Oh, really good run from Mo Torre. Enjoying this as the number 9. And I did wonder, I said it in my match preview, it feels like this is the type of game where Mo Torre comes into his own. If I'm West Brom at the weekend, if I'm Philippe Clement against West Brom, I'm starting Matthias Kvistgård in the 9, right? This type of game, when we're seeing those long balls, nobody predicted the old little Dan Grimshaw long ball, but hello, welcome to the party. Mo Torre's the man, in behind, bit of hold-up play. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, happy days. Great shout this as well from DJM 9624. A couple of days with PC and Torre looks like a machine. I don't know what it is. Is it Clement? Is it the soccer bot? Is it the veg patch? I don't know what it is, but something is working. Something under Philippe Clement is working. He is seemingly able to look at any footballer and turn them into God. I wouldn't be surprised if we make an emergency loan deal for Premeswa Poeta and he turns him into peak Iron Robin. Genuinely wouldn't be surprised. Welcome along, everyone. It's the TNC Watch Along. It feels like we've been streaming for about 2 weeks. So much has happened, but we are only 10 minutes into this encounter. It's Oxford United 0, Norwich City 1 at the Kassam that still only has 3 stands. That is a absolutely grim away day, the Kassam. Unless you're obviously watching Mo Torre. I went last year. Johnny Rowe refused to play. The only place you can get a beer around the ground is at the Hollywood Bowl. It was freezing. There was a horrible wind coming through. It's in the middle of nowhere. We lost. It was miserable. I hope that people there this evening are having a much better time. Norwich need to wear pink every week. That's what we need to do. I think I've cracked it. The soccer bot's on the best settings, and we need to wear pink every week because we look unbelievable. Premeswa Poeta from distance. Misses. It's one of my life's big fears, that Premeswa Poeta scoring against us. What are you scared of in life? The dark, heights, death, or Premeswa Poeta scoring from distance? Probably the latter. Doug Ziller, any excuse to talk about the goal? Missed the goal, what happened? Dan Grimshaw got it, thumped it forwards, Mo Torre got it and scored. There was 3 touches from goalkeeper to back of the net. Shove your tiki-taka where the sun don't shine. We've got Dan Grimshaw and Mo Torre. Yeah, we can make things happen. Oh no, Premeswa Poeta's through. Well on, Jose Cordoba. Go on, the son. Oh, I tell you what. That was excellent from Jose Cordoba. Premeswa Poeta. Causing some... he's quick, Premeswa, isn't he? He's quick, but when he gets the ball at his feet, not much happens. That's not a foul. I think he's given it. You wanted that one, ref. You wanted that one. Lovely stuff. Balthazar says, I spit when Rowe is mentioned. Ali to come on and score. I wouldn't say no. PC wanted him for a reason. It's an interesting one with Mo Torre, isn't it? Because I don't think he actually did want him, Clement. He wanted Kasper Høeg. And I think we would have got Kasper Høeg if it wasn't for Bodo Glimt qualifying for the next stages of the Champions League. I think Kasper Høeg wanted to come. I think Norwich City wanted him here. Similar kind of profile in terms of Actually, I think Kasper Høeg was far more of a poacher. When I saw the profiles, when I saw the profiles of the players, Kellen Fisher nearly just headed it into his own net. That wouldn't have been very good. When I saw the profiles of the players, I must admit, I did think I would prefer Torre. I don't think Kasper Høeg would have suited us. Look, Clement can have what he wants, and he would have made it work. Oh, that was very close to an own goal. We won't think that happened. God, we look a little bit suspect from set pieces tonight. Sorry, I'm not getting my words out, but it's because Oxford are on the causing a bit of pressure here. That's good defensive work from Callum Fisher. What was I saying? Yeah, I like the signing of Toure over Kasper Høeg. And I think when we signed him, he probably thought he was going to be third choice behind counter attack. Anis Ben Slimani couldn't find the pass. He probably thought he was behind McCarr and Chris Garden, and within 50 minutes, he's now first choice. It's funny how things happen. Gets the goal against Blackburn, scores after 50 seconds tonight, 2 in not even 90 minutes of football, and that's how you start your Norwich career. It's amazing how much kind of sometimes luck, obviously skill, and obviously right place, right time, but a bit of luck is involved. If McCarman doesn't get injured, Toure probably hasn't even played a minute of football so far. And instead, he's played, a combined 50 minutes now and scored 2 goals. It's amazing how it all happens. Joey says, Jack, do you reckon McGowan will make an appearance tonight? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think there's probably players ahead of him. We might see him. I think that they're definitely a little bit concerned about his workload. I think they're really trying to ease him in. I like the signing of McGowan. I think if he can replicate the talent he had at Bolton, we're in for a bit of a treat. So we'll see. Yeah, we might do. It'll be off the bench. I don't think we'll see him starting anytime soon. He's not getting in ahead of Slimani, isn't he? Is he? So and Schwartau and co. So we may well do. He's a good option to have. We need options at the moment. I mean, how important was that January window? 5 players through the door. I mean, thank goodness we did. Toure's starting. Sam Field is starting. Obviously, Harry Mass got crocked straight away. Paris Magoma on the bench. Ali Ahmed on the bench. So it was a really important window. Archie says, don't want to speak too soon, but Toure is a region of R9. Yeah, I can't doubt it. Ben says, workload, transition, and behaviours are the 3 worst words in football. Again, wouldn't disagree. Oh, chance here for Norwich. Big chance here for Norwich. Oscar Schwartau is through on goal. It's a bit of a heavy touch, but he'll hit it, and it's saved. Oh, Toure couldn't quite get there. Oh, that was a chance. It was a heavy touch from Oscar Schwartau that just took it away. Oh, it should have been 2-0. It was a mistake from Oxford. It's played through from Schwartau. The touch was poor. He gets his shot off, and I tell you what, it was nearly an absolute replica of the goal against Blackburn because Toure was so close to nipping in off the keeper. Oh, maybe could have positioned himself a little bit better there, Toure. Oh, that was a chance. Schwartau and then Toure. I tell you what, this Oxford defence looks shaky. And let's have it out, right? Let's go into this now with a similar attitude to what we did against West Brom. Let's keep going. Let's make it count. Because if we learned anything from playing Oxford at Carrow Road is 1 goal leads aren't enough because they do have a goal in them when they need it, right? Kenny McLean from distance will strike one, and that is probably headed into the next county. Oxford United 0, Norwich City 1. Mo Toure with an early goal, a very, very early goal. It was after about 50 seconds in this game on a muddy, wet and windy Kassam Stadium. It could have been and probably should have been 2-0 to Norwich. Schwartau, heavy touch, good save from the goalkeeper, falls just an inch or 2 ahead of Mo Toure, who's running in, and it could have been a brace after 17 minutes. But it isn't. You are watching the TNC Watch Along. And hopefully you're having a very good time. Chockers, as an Australian, we need Toure to succeed. Our national squad is horrible. He's one of our only stars. What about Harry Kewell and Tim Cahill? What are they up to nowadays? Get them back involved. John Boy. Oh, here we go, John Boy. Yeah, let's get carried away. If I call Jose Cordoba Virgil van Dijk, you have every right to call Mo Toure Erling Haaland. He's our own Haaland, says John Boy. He finds the space and puts them away. Woohoo! Oh, yes. Dubai Canary, thanks for the score update. Leicester 2-0 up against Saints. Ooh, that's a big one at the bottom of the table. Southampton have been a weird side this season, haven't they? Good start of this from Norwich. Good start this. Anis Ben Slimane, left-hand side. Oscar Schwartau on the ball. Oh, he was a game changer on Saturday, wasn't he? If it wasn't for Oscar Schwartau, we probably don't win that one. Brilliant to see. 19 years old as well, by the way. 19 years old. Disgustingly young. Virgil van Cordoba brings it forward to Harry McConville. Inside, I tell you what, nice build-up play this. Sam Field. Hello, Sam Field. Welcome. Inwards. Schwartau. Torre! 2-0! Woohoo! Mo Torre! Oh my God. Oh, wow. We are actually a proper football team. Sam Field, Mo Torre, Ben Napper. Let's knighthood him. Give him a knighthood. That was a proper goal. Oh, God, I can't wait to watch that replay. It was intricate football. Virgil van Cordoba into Rari. Sam Field. Oh, my God, that's superb. And then Ben Crescene on a plate. Mo Torre. Oh, that needs you need ID to watch that. Oh, that was proper Clement ball. Oh, Torre's on a hat-trick after 19 minutes. Torre is on a hat-trick after 19 minutes. I tell you what, the 6-4 with BetRight suddenly looks a very good price. And I tell you what, the other one was, I tipped up Mo Torre to score. He scored 2. I should have tipped him up to score a hat-trick. Oh my goodness. Mo Torre. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Oh, that was such a good goal. Oh, almost feel like I need to cleanse that cleansed my soul. It soothed my very being. Oh my God, we're good at football. We are so good at football. Can someone just send in the prices for the hotels at Wembley? Let's cut to the chase here. You know, we've been polite. We've been, faffing around. Oh, will we, won't we? No, let's get stuck in now. Hotels for Wembley. Can we have some names and some prices for the playoff final, please? All right? Please. Let's be serious now. Because that shouldn't be allowed. That was a spectacular goal. Oscar Schwartau. Sam Field has turned into Iniesta. All right? Into Ben Crescene. Big Ben. Lovely little ball. And there's Mo Torre. He should have scored a couple... Well, actually, he shouldn't have scored a couple of minutes before. But it's Mo Torre, so every time he touches the ball, I expect him to score. Bang! Oh. That was good football. That was good football. Mark says Torre looks too good for the championship. His speed and timing is delicious. If he has a good World Cup, we'll be lucky to keep him. Tell you who won't be at the World Cup, Josh Sargent. I mean, just get me my Panini album now. I want shiny Mo Torre. I want Ali Ahmed. All right. His movement is astonishingly good. Proper goal, that. Who the hell's Casper Herg? I tell you what, the thing I've noticed with Mo Torre, how clean his ball striking technique is. Notice how clean that was? It's always what I look for in a striker. Clean ball striking technique. Sargent watched Makama scoring, thinking, oh shit, I won't get a game. Makama is now watching Mo Torre scoring, thinking, oh shit, maybe I won't get a game. Who's next? Who's next? Errol Mundle-Smith? I mean, half expecting him to come on and score a hat-trick. This is astonishing. Oxford United 0, Norwich City 2. Thank you so much for the 199 super chat. Beast mode activated. Bloody is activated. Absolutely is activated. This is absolutely brilliant. Dan Grimshaw. Hello. Yeah, enjoying you as well. Sam Field. Didn't realise we'd signed a 6-foot version of Xavi. Alright. Mo Torre. This guy's our third choice striker. He scored 3 goals in about 50 minutes. And I tell you what, there's another opportunity here with Kenny McLean. Oh, it's been given as a foul. Of course it has. The referee actually feels sorry for Oxford at this stage. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, no, this does, Johnny. It's actually, I'm thinking maybe like a 5 or a 6 jobby. This is poor from Shabby McNally. You're too old for a Panini sticker book. That's shocking. You're never too old for a Panini sticker book. Never, ever too old for a Panini sticker book. Head injury for the Oxford player. I think actually what's happened there is he's seen Motore and he's just hit the deck because he can't handle him anymore. If you're just tuning in, it's 9 minutes past 8, Tuesday the 10th of February. We are 4 days away from Valentine's Day, but there is love in the air at the Kassam for Motore. He scored twice in the opening 20 minutes of this game, and Norwich are, setting a statement. Motore, Sam Field, there's so many injuries. Jov Makama, Papamadou Diallo, Pel Matson. Oh, add Vladan Kovacevic into the mix, right? 4-year starting 11, gone. But we have Motore. We have Anis Ben Slimane. We have Dan Grimshaw. I'm just watching the first goal back. I hope Dan Grimshaw's got an assist bonus. We're having some fun, aren't we? Fun watching the football. We'll never catch on. Never catch on. Torres goals per 90 is currently 4.5. Stick that in your Opta stats. Yeah? Stick that in your clean ball striking techniques. Stick that in your soccer bot. Craigo, he misses booing. Yeah, I do as well. I mean, let's boo Oxford. Boo! Booing is good. It's a release, but I tell you what is also a release, Craigo. Mohamed Toure. I actually don't hate that similarity with Erling Haaland. I can see what you mean with that. It's the movement, because most of the goals Erling Haaland scores, you think, oh, that was a tap-in. But when you score tap-ins all the while, you have to then start going, oh, hang on a minute. How is this player getting in the positions to get so many tap-ins? It's because of the movement. Motor is a visionary. I tell you what a time to be Australian. Imagine being Australian right now. You're watching a superstar in front of your very eyes. I mean, if I was Australian, I'd be booking my flights to America. World Cup success on the horizon. Tim Cahill, who? We've got a new star on our hands, Aussies. Yeah, this could go down as one of the worst quotes of all time. Changing me won't change anything, said Liam Manning. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on screen and let that one sink in for a bit longer. Liam Manning actually said that. Changing me won't change anything. Yeah, mental. Sorry for the kids at home. There's a swear word on the screen. Close your eyes. Just for 1 second. Big Bald Phil is a revelation. Build the statue. I can't argue with that. Build it. Yeah, I'll build it myself. Tell me what... Oh, Motore backing in the defender. That's what I like to see. Oh, chance here for Oxford. I think he's offside. He is offside. I tell you what, Ben Crescene, lovely little pace there to outsmart Hemeswa Poeta. 4 shots for Norwich. 3 on target. 2 of those have resulted in goals. I tell you what as well from Dan Whiting. Clement is a magician. He might even be able to make Gibbs a world beater. Yeah, why not? I can't actually say I've seen Gibbs touch the ball tonight. Has he? I'm sure he has. I'm sure he has. I've probably just been reading the comments while he's been playing. But yeah, why not? Liam Gibbs, right wing. Hello. I think what's been remarkable with Clement, Grimshaw's loving this long ball as well, by the way. Oh, nearly nicks in. Sam Field has looked really sharp this evening, and it's the midfield has looked far more industrial with him in there, and I think that's important for a game like tonight. Really nice play this from Norwich City. Anis Ben Slimane down the left-hand side. It's been really controlled actually from Norwich this last 15 minutes. I wouldn't put scoring a third past us. Anis Ben Slimane, I tell you what, he's got such silky feet. Oh, He's been the biggest revelation for me, Anis Ben Slimani, under Philippe Clement. I mean, they literally wanted him to leave in the summer and they couldn't find the club for him. And he is now probably your first name on the team sheet. He really is. Oh, there's Liam Gibbs. That's the first time I've seen him touch the ball and he's lost it. Good challenge from Kenny McLean. That probably was a foul, but the ref didn't give it. But that doesn't matter. He's just kicked out of play anyway. Porker 86, great name. I have Sky Sports. Why am I watching Sky Sports? On the Ball City. Come on, Big Phil. Porker, sometimes there's questions in life that you just can't answer. You know, why are you watching me watch Sky Sports when you have Sky Sports? Well, I don't know the answers as to why Anis Ben Slimani is suddenly a world beater. I don't know the answers as to why Mo Toure is arguably the best number 9 in the Championship right now. But you just have to go along with it and accept it and enjoy it, right? So I like the fact that you're watching me watch Sky Sports rather than you watch Sky Sports. More of that, Porker. More of that. Great comment this from Matthew as well. This lineup loses 3-0 3 months ago. I'd have to say I agree. You know, and it's the ability to just, whatever the team, I think I was getting onto this a moment ago before I was distracted by Porker in the comments. It's the ability to seemingly just play any 11 and just find a way to eke out performances. You know, Liam Gibbs at right wing. We've got no right. Sam Field. He wasn't a Norwich City player a week ago. Nor was Mo Toure. Now they're pulling apart Oxford at will. Mr. Mills says, me and my mates are sitting listening to the game. We're on the way to the playoffs. Big Phil's a legend. How far off the playoffs are we? Let's have a little look. Have a little look, shall we? Treat yourself. Have a look at the Championship table. Right, so currently Wrexham in 6th on 47. Oh. We are now, if this stays the way it is, we would be up to 17th. I'll tell you what, another goal would take us to 16th. We're currently level on goal difference. I tell you what, another 2 goals. No, it wouldn't change anything. Another goal would take us into 16th place. We are currently 8 points from the top 6. Let me remind you of the February fixtures. 8 points from the top 6, okay? Next fixtures after this, Birmingham at home, Sheffield Wednesday at home, Leicester away, Southampton away. They're currently losing 2-0 to Leicester. Sheffield United at home, Preston at... Yeah, we're doing it, lads. I've seen enough. If I had one bit of advice... All right, let me look down the lens. If I had one piece of advice for you this evening, and I'm being serious, right? 28 years on this planet, I've learned a lot. Let me deploy some insight, some life lessons for you this evening. Please listen. Go on Google or whatever your search engine of choice is and find a hotel room near Wembley for the date of the playoff final now. Get in while it's cheap, because there are going to be 45 to 50,000 Norwich City fans booking up hotels in North London very soon. Norwich City under Philippe Clement are on a charge. You heard it here first. Isaac, let's bring things back down to earth. Let's be honest, only one playoff spot is available. Yeah, probably. It's 6th spot, isn't it? Because you've got Wrexham on 47 points, yeah, and then it's Millwall on 53. So there's a bit of a gap, and there's probably, 10 teams, 10 or 11 teams going for one spot. It's going to be a cracking end to the season in the Championship. It always is, right? We love to hate it, but it is a fantastic league in terms of just carnage. And there could be another goal here. Whipped across, back post, Fisher, Toure. Oh, I tell you what. There was a chance there for Mo Toure. Fisher whips it back in. Toure finds himself unmarked about 8 yards out from goal. And I thought he was going to have a half-hour hat-trick there, Mo Toure. 23rd of May is the playoff final. Oh, imagine if we got Ipswich. Oh, have a think about that. Oh, that could be a dream or a nightmare. Ipswich finished 3rd. We finished 6th. They've been competing for the top 2 all season. Philippe Clement's army comes sneaking into 6th place on the final day of the season. Bang! Beat them at Wembley. I know we'd play them in the playoff semis, wouldn't we? That's boring. We'll beat them in the playoffs. Don't you worry about that. I'd be interested to know our price at the moment on top 6. If BetRight are watching, let me know in the comments, BetRight. Current price on Norwich top 6. I know a few of you have got good prices on Norwich top 6. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but look, let's get carried away. It's TNC, right? Oh, running with Rob. I'm on holiday in Rome when it's the playoff final. I think I'm cancelling my holiday. Yeah, cancel it. Rome, Rome's going nowhere. Philippe Clement's Norwich City. We are going somewhere. Premier League. Rome's going nowhere, but Norwich City in the playoffs, that doesn't happen too often. Sheepskins for goalposts says, Jack, if you include this current scoreline, Norwich is 2nd in the form table behind Championship leaders Middlesbrough. Over what period? I think that's since, is it January 1st that's since? I saw a stat like that. I mean, look, honestly, with a full season and with a fully fit squad, good things could happen under Philippe Clement. If it's not this season, it'll be next. If we can keep Clement, if we can continue on the same path that we're on, good things will happen next season. But as we've just said, Norwich are what did I say? 8 points? 9 points? 8 points, I think, off the playoffs at the current run rate. It could well happen this season. Kenny McLean, lovely ball forwards to Killian Fisher, won't get there. Leicester 3-0 up against Southampton. Wow. The deduction has put some put some life in the old Leicester there. For anyone doubting us getting into the playoffs, look at where Blackpool were when Ian Holloway took over. Finished 6th and got promoted. Where were Blackpool when Ian Holloway took over? If tell me like they were 20th or something and get me really excited. Any stats to back up my narrative, get me, plop them in the comments. Get me excited. I dare you. I double dare you. Norwich City coming forwards. Norwich have looked really good on the counter this evening. Oscar Schwartel on the left-hand side. He's got Ben Crescene overlapping. He's found Ben Crescene. He'll go low, not quite find Mo Torre, who is once again making a run. I think Mo Torre scores again this evening. I think there's a hat-trick on the cards for Mo Torre. I really do. Chaz Tats. I saw Josh Sargent in a cafe yesterday. He was hiding under a hood. He ordered a coffee from the barista, but she wanted to work for Starbucks, so she just threw the coffee around. Why don't I say coffee around the room and text their boss? Josh Sargent, what an absolute plonker! That's all I keep thinking about Josh Sargent, because it just gets funnier with every kind of moment. Like Sargent hands his notice in, or whatever he does. Not hands his notice, and he texts Clement and says, I can't be asked anymore, right? Toronto still aren't paying the money, so he's still here like a month on. So we're like, okay, fine, we'll deal with Makama. Makama sets the championship on fire, then Makama gets injured, and we're like, shit, maybe we need Josh Sargent again. And then in comes, the Australian version of Haaland, and no problems again. Mo Torre's just been absolutely chopped there. That was a naughty challenge. Kellen Fisher whips a ball in. I want to see a pull back there and someone booked, because that was a horrible challenge on Mo Torre. That's not the way to deal with the Australian Haaland. Naughty Oxford. He's too good for you. I hope he's back on his feet. Yeah, he is back on his feet, thank goodness. Norwich just tinkering here. Like an old man in the garage, just fine-tuning his tools, polishing them. Little polish here, little polish there, just knocking the ball around. Got Oxford on strings at the moment. It's like going to the Hippodrome. Puppets on strings. McConville, the puppet master, yeah? Just, come get the ball. Come get the ball, Oxford. Oh, no. Then you find Crescene. Then you find Torre. Bang, back of the net. Here we go. Build-up play. Jose Van Dijk. Find the pass. Harry McConville. into Liam Gibbs. There we go. Liam Gibbs has touched the ball. Liam Gibbs back to McConville. Just keeping the ball. Knocking it around at the Kassam. Having a good time. Had the ball for quite a while now. Puppet. Puppet on strings, yeah? Get down to the Hippodrome. Get down to the Kassam. Watch some magic at show. I mean, there must have been about 140 passes since Oxford last had the ball. If this ends in a goal, promise me you'll book your tickets for Wembley. Jose Van Dijk. Into Kellen Fisher. McConville's in the number 10 now. And I tell you what, why not? Sam Field. Oh, God, this is awesome. They've still got the ball. Rory McConville. Mo Torre. Kenny McLean. Liam Gibbs. Anis Ben Slimane. Mo Torre. Is he offside? No, he's not. Mo Torre. I tell you what, we're in the opposition box. Ben Crescene will strike one over the bar. Oh. He deserves a clap. I mean, that was total football. That was total football. I've got a book right. Yeah, hang on, just 1 second. Has anyone read this book? Has anyone read this book? Inverting the Pyramid, the complete history of football tactics. It's by the brilliant Jonathan Wilson, and it kind of explains how football, got to where it's got to, right? And the final chapter was on Pep Guardiola, I think, in this book, and his tic-tac football at Barcelona, coming over to Manchester City, etc., etc. Well, I think this copy I've got was last written in 2019 or something, maybe a bit later than that. And I think if there were to be an updated version of Inverting the Pyramid, I might have a little word with Jonathan Wilson. I had a few chats with him over the years. I think there may well be a chapter on 2026 Norwich City under Philippe Clement. I honestly do. I mean, this is total football that we're watching. Honestly, take it in, soak it up, do whatever you need to do. Yeah, take a moment if you have to. What we've just witnessed there, and I know it's ended in Ben Crescene striking one deep into the sort of Hollywood Bowl car park, but the process to get to that point. Rory McConville, Jose Van Dijk, Sam Field. Who knew that he was a bit like Iniesta, yeah? Anis Ben Slimane, Mo Torre. Oh. I'm going to have a word. Yeah, this was the 10th anniversary edition. I think if there's a 15th anniversary edition, I'll get a chapter in there about Philippe Clement. Get the hats out. I tell you what, you've had worse ideas. Now the hat's coming out. Anze Cianat's lover. Maybe. I mean, I've not got them to hand here. They're locked up in the TNC vault at TNC HQ. We keep them very safe, the hats. They don't come out too often, but I think if I had one in the room this evening, it may well go on my head. It may well. Dan Grimshaw with his first assist of his Norwich City's career. Yeah. Why not? I've actually not. Well, we've seen Dan Grimshaw against Watford, Walsall. We'll probably see him against. Well, we'll definitely see him against West Brom. I think in terms of second choice goalkeepers, we've done pretty well with Grimshaw. He looks really assured. Matthew Large, yeah, for all the men out there and the women. Valentine's Day on the 14th. Why not have Valentine's Day 4 days early? Yeah, have it on the 10th. Why not? Candlelit dinner. Philippe Clement, little cut out of Philippe Clement opposite you. Norwich against Oxford on the telly. Tuck into some Kellen Fisher slide tackles. Yeah. Why not? Welcome along, everyone. It's Jack Reeve. It's Talk Norwich City. It's the TNC watch along for Oxford United 0, Norwich City 2. Anis Ben Slimane will play a ball into Mo Torre, who will get there. And Mo Torre could be on a hat-trick after half an hour. He holds up the ball. He's waiting for ammunition. He will get it through Liam Gibbs. Norwich City on the counter-attack tonight have looked absolutely potent, red hot. Liam Gibbs dancing. Didn't think that was a sentence I'd be saying tonight, but there we go. Given away. When Norwich get the ball on the attack, they look dangerous. They've just got to stay really composed at the back. And we're in for a good evening. Tim says, I didn't know there was a watch-along. Gutted. Tim, assume if there's a midweek away game, there will be a watch-along. Oh, no. Oh, God. Jose Van Dijk, big clearance there. Grimshaw, just after my credit, got a little bit stuck under the ball there, but Jose Van Dijk was there to clear it away. Oxford United 0, Norwich City 2, 43 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Dan Grimshaw has got more assists than saves this evening. Tyler, we need a Mo Torre song. Mo, 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 Torre. There's probably something better than that, but so you can have that for now, Tyler. Right, a minute and added time left of this first half. I'd love a third goal. Is that a bit greedy? Nah, it's not. And it's Ben-Slimane going into Rory McConville on that left-hand side. And we're kind of just, again, the puppet master at play here. Just really toying with Oxford. They're just chasing shadows at the moment. Who was it? It was Adele that sang Chase. It was Chasing Pavements, wasn't it? Or should I just keep chasing Sam Field? Maybe we'll have a remix one day from Adele. Chasing Sam Field. In the viewpoint of being an Oxford midfielder. Norwich guy says we could grab 7 here. Yeah, why the fuck not, Norwich guy? Yeah, why not? This has been a really, really good half of football from Norwich City. It's been clinical, it's been professional, it's been fun, it's been Philippe Clement's Norwich City. And look, I'm going to make the comparison again, right? Get carried away with this because we know how bad it can be. Right, we had the football under Liam Manning. There were points of which under Johannes Oftor it wasn't as bad. It was definitely not as bad. But there were points where it was pretty desperate. Under David Wagner, we've had ever since COVID. You know, we had that promotion back to the Premier League, and then it was the relegation. And ever since that point, it has been desperate. It's been soulless. It's been really painful, right, at points. And now we've got a team that's fun and that's got characters and like unlikely stories, yeah? So embrace that because it doesn't happen very often. And look, I feel like we're on a bit of a journey, and the lovely thing about all of this is there's actually been a lot that's gone wrong along the way as well, like injuries, dramas, transfer dealings, blah, 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 yeah? Even just look at Kasper Høeg, right? Clement wanted a certain player. Complete balmy luck that Bodo Glimt win against Manchester City and Atletico Madrid. Kasper Høeg scoring the goals to take them to the next round of the Champions League. We miss out on our main number 9, so we dip in the market again, find the Australian Erling Haaland, and now he's scoring goals for fun. Corner at the end of this first half. It'll be taken from Oscar Schwartau. Norwich forming a train in the middle of the pitch. And it's cleared from the Oxford defender. Not away just yet. It's given for a foul. I hate how protected defenders are from corners and goalkeepers as well. Let me know if any of you got on the bet right boosts. Norwich to win at 6-4. Norwich to win to 0 at 5-1. Mo Torre to score. I think he was 6-4, maybe bigger. Yeah, impressive half. There we go. Half time. Oxford United 0, Norwich City 2. Mo Torre's going off moaning about something. I love that. He's not content with 2 goals. He wanted more. He probably could have had more as well. That second goal was absolutely superb. If you haven't seen it, find a way to watch it. It was just so beautifully worked. And yes, it ends with Mo Torre tapping in, but the build-up play was so nice. It kind of reminded me, was it the goal against, was it the third goal against West Brom? Where McCallum holds it up, goes out wide to Ahmed and then comes, I can't remember. But there's been so many really nicely worked goals under Philippe Clement. That second one for me tonight is the absolute pick of the bunch. Here we go. We've got some There we go. Archie, you could say Sam's having a field day. You absolutely could. John Boy says, I can't help but falling in love with Mo. Oh, this is a good point as well, and I've completely forgotten about it. You know the advice I gave you earlier about booking the hotel at Wembley for the playoff final? I completely forgot. You're going to have to rebook it for the FA Cup final. West Brom at the weekend. I can see us getting past them. Let's go on a cup run. Why not? Up for the cup. That was a very fun first half. A very, very fun first half. Premier Inn, Wembley Park's £290 for a Premier Inn. Jesus. Might walk. Jacob says, Jack, how do you rate Tory's ball striking ability? Yeah, it's clean. It's very clean. Cleaner than Casper Hurg's. No Makama, no problem, says MPG. Look at this comment. This really gets me going. Having breakfast here in Brisbane, Australia. What a fine morning. As I said earlier, what a great time to be Australian. Yeah? What a great time to be Australian. When you know that Mo Toure is one of you, and he is going to be leading the line for you at the World Cup this summer. I don't know who else you've got in the ranks. And we're going to look at the Australia national team. That's a good way to spend half time. Australia national team. Here we go. Squad. What strikers? Iran Kunda at Watford. He's pretty good. Oh, mate. Lads, he starts. He starts in the World Cup. Iran Kunda, yeah, fine. I think he's better than him. Daniel Arzani at Melbourne City. Martin Boyle at Hibernian. He's 32. Mitchell Duke at MacArthur FC. Or Nicholas D'Agostino at Brisbane Roar. Mohamed Toure is leading the line at the World Cup. Tell you who isn't going to be playing at the World Cup. Josh Sargent. Stephen Gadsby says, big question, Jack. Custard or cream? Very big question indeed. Depends what it's with, Stephen. I mean, that's like asking, you know, do I want a screamer in the top corner from Mo Toure or a deliciously whipped, you know, goal from Oscar Schwartau? Both work, just in different circumstances. I have been known to go custard and cream. You know, I'm not against having them both. You know, set up a little 4-4-2, sticky toffee pudding, and then the two up front with the custard and cream. I think cream's more versatile. And I'd probably edge for that, I think. But again, Stephen, thank you very much for the comment. Norwich 8 points off the playoffs. Let's be honest now, right? Let's be honest. I might actually be able to. I wonder if I can get a poll going. Hang on. Let me try and get fancy with YouTube. This never ends well. I might be able to get a poll going in the comments. Yeah, I think I might. Here we go. Right. I'm starting a poll. Are we finishing top 6? Yes or no? Start the poll. Right. There we go. You can have your say. Are we finishing top 6? Yes or no? In the comments. Get your comments in. Well, not get your comments in. Get your votes in. That's how polls work. There's 785 of you watching on YouTube. That's very kind. We currently have 87 votes. 72% of you think we're finishing top 6. There we go. They should get me They should get me working for the government with these types of insightful societal issues. Where were Forest in the league? Yeah, can someone get some dig some stats up? Ian Holloway at Blackpool, Steve Cooper at Nottingham Forest. Where were teams what's the lowest a team has been when they've changed the manager and then got into the top 6? There's your homework, right? You guys can start contributing something to the watch along. Yeah, let me know because I want to get excited. So Norwich would have been 23rd. Yeah, we would have been 23rd when Philippe Clement took over. Where will we be when the season finishes? Has anyone ever finished bottom and got in the top 6? I doubt it. Has anyone ever finished top 6 having been 23rd when a manager has been kind of changed? Just watching those goals back. Dan Grimshaw's assist, by the way. That is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever be saying this season. What an assist from Dan Grimshaw. But here we are. Clive says Forest were in the relegation zone when Steve Cooper took over and got them in the playoffs. Okay, so all right, Steve, show off. Yeah, let's see Philippe Clement do it now. Let's have a look at this poll. All right, 211 votes. 70% of you think we're getting top 6. Power to the people. Power to the people and all that. Wow. Take that. Forest were bottom, but it was after... Yeah, see, this is the thing, Archie. We're comparing two different things here. You can't say Forest were in the bottom 3 after 7 games and got playoffs. I mean, we were like 23rd after what, 15 games? We hadn't got a single point at Carrow Road in a third of the season. Mental. Big thanks for the super chat. XXFL Gaming XX595. Oh, it doesn't really fall off the tongue nicely, does it? But thanks for the super chat, nonetheless. Very kind of you. Sunderland went from 23rd to 6th. There you go. Let's be Sunderland, but better. I really think we can go on a journey with Philippe Clement. And the thing that gives me hope, some people are getting slightly nervy now that we might lose Philippe Clement. The thing that gives me hope, he doesn't take this job just to keep us up. I think he takes this job because he sees the potential, he sees the training ground, he sees the budget, he sees the ownership, he sees some of the players, and he goes, right, they have hit rock bottom. Liam Manning, Agent Manning, has been flown in from Suffolk to destroy Norwich City, which he did very successfully. So well done, Liam. You achieved your mission. And I think I can take this team places. And I think Philippe Clement's end goal here is to get us in the Premier League. And then let's really start to dare to dream, yeah? 2027, 2028, make sure your annual leave's not all, used up, because we're off to Azerbaijan on a European party, okay? So, leave some annual leave aside for our European Conference League trips to Belarus and to Azerbaijan and to Slovakia, yeah? Let's see a little bit of Europe. Aconite, thanks for the super chat. If Norwich win tonight, they'll be top. Hang on. What? If Norwich win tonight, they'll be top in the form guide over the last 10 games. 1-7, lost 3. Higher than even Borough. Bloody hell. That's a stat. And what were the games we lost? Watford. Watford we should have got something from. Who else was there? Stoke. We were well beaten against Stoke. That was the one where you went, oof, quality off the bench. But again, lots of injuries. What was the other loss? Oh, obviously Borough. Yeah, lost to Borough. Okay. Jake says, if Fark had a horse, what does Phil have? Remember, it's pre-watershed, people. It's pre-watershed. Tyler says, in the last 3 years, who's been the best Norwich City player? It's got to be Sarah, hasn't it? Last 3 years. Gabby Sarah was different levels. Borja Science, for that sort of opening 15 games of last season, was unplayable. But in terms of all-round, the Gabby Sarah by quite a distance, I think. Josh Sargent, when in form, he's been exceptional. Genuinely best striker in the championship levels. In the last 3 seasons, I think Sarah, Science, Sargent, all the S's. In terms of consistent performer, I can't look past Kenny McLean. Predating the last 3 years, but just in ever present. In Norwich's setup, and under any manager, any system, he's just there, performing, consistent, proper professional. We'll miss Kenny when he goes, whenever that may be. It may well be this summer. We will miss him. Sarah was a cheat code, says RC. He absolutely was, wasn't he? He absolutely was. Half time here, Oxford 0, Norwich 2. That poll that I got going, 265 votes. 285 votes. Wow, it's flying. 67% of you think that Norwich are finishing top 6. And polls have never been wrong. Never. Vloglaps says, most fun Norwich have been to watch in years, in my opinion. I agree. Honestly, the last time we were this fun to watch would have been under Daniel Farke. Would have been that, well, but either promotion season under Daniel Farke. You know, the 18-19 season was completely balmy. It was that was the one that stands out just because there was zero expectation and it was just fun. And you know, Pukki and Hernandez and Buendia and Stiepman and Vrancic, we were starting to see names like unknowns become names, and I find that really joyful. And I think we're starting to see that with Makama and Toure and Slimane, like similarities there. The second promotion was just utter dominance, like different level in the championship, and actually like they were just so drilled. There were so many talented players. It was different because it was COVID, but like I vividly recall sitting, you know, on these watch-alongs with you guys just laughing at how good Norwich were. And I had a moment in that first half. I had a moment where I'm watching Ben Crescene and Sam Field and you know, McConville just knocking it around for fun and, you know, finished off by the Australian Haaland. And I'm going, that is huge amounts of fun to watch. I agree. I think this is the most fun that Norwich have been to watch in years. We had our moments under like Johannes. We definitely had our moments, but they were like real small glimpses. And we had a couple of moments under Wagner, like very early days. I remember us going to Coventry away and winning like 4-2 or something. And that being good fun. But in terms of like, yeah, in terms of real like moments, this is right up there. Tyler Kirk going early. We need to sign Field permanently in the summer. For once, I was actually right about the team lineup, which baffles me because I'm never right. I wanted Toure in the 9 over Chris Garden, and I wanted Sam Fielding over Jacob Wright. I like Jacob Wright a lot, but I think for him to work, you either need him next to a Maatsen, like a really buzzy type, or you need him at home against a team in a low block, all right, where he's got the ability to like find that pass, because he does have that. He's not an Oxford away type player. That is a Sam Field role. And I tell you what, I was a little bit harsh on Sam Field when we first signed him. I think I referred to him as him being a body, which isn't very nice, is it? But throat's hurting a bit now. I might have to pull a Josh Sargent and just say I'm not able to work anymore. But with Field, like, and apparently he can play left back as well. So yeah, a decent bit of business. Let's see what happens in the summer. But this is a guy that's played, you know, over 200 championship times. He's been used to, you know, being in scrappy teams in and around the bottom three. Not that we are that team anymore, but you know, has experience. You know, yeah, polished player. I like it. 8 points off the playoffs. Let's just keep hammering that home. Manifestation. 8 points. Few more wins in Feb. Few more wins in Feb. We called it Freaky February. I mean, it's turning into something a bit more than that. I don't know what's more than freaky. Frisky Feb. You've met Fark on a horse. Now meet Phil on a drill. Oh dear. Ripper Fishing says, imagine if Philippe Clement was the coach to the start of the season. Oh, imagine. I mean, we'd be challenging top two, like no doubt in my mind, really. The only thing that doesn't spiral me with that is Clement wasn't available at the start of the season. And the other thing that I don't know if it's necessarily true, but I kind of say it anyway. Just to, by the way, we're underway for the second half. We are underway for the second half. Shot from Oxford just over the bar. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the other thing that doesn't spiral me too much is Manning should have been sacked probably post Ipswich. Post Ipswich, he should have gone. That was the moment. He wasn't, and I think he survived another 4, 5, 6 games. I don't think Clement was available until that very last moment. And look, we'll see. Maybe we'll get to chat to Ben Napper again in the summer. Maybe not, because he probably hates me, and if he does, fair enough. But it would be very interesting to speak to Ben again, and actually to give him some flowers, because, you know, there's still a bit of in Ben Napper's role. I think could do with work, but I mean, some of those signings that when we last spoke to Ben just weren't a thing. Motore's through. Could he get the hat trick? Torre 3-0 hat trick. Motore. 45 minutes and Motore has got a hat trick. The Australian Haaland. Let me look down the lens. Dare to dream. Australians. Dare to dream. Motore. Woo! I tell you what. My God. This is remarkable. And what a finish from Mohamed Toure. Oh, wow. Let me just watch. I need my glasses to watch this back. It was given away from Oxford and Toure's in. Oh, the finish. Oh, the finish is so good. Across the body. Oh my God. How to... I'm speechless. Lads, I'm speechless. What is going on? 47 minutes on the clock. Motore scored a hat-trick. And I hope Clement leaves him on, because I think there could be 5 or 6 for Toure here. And you think I'm joking. I'm not. This is unbelievable. Norwich 3, Oxford United 0. Mohamed Toure with 3 goals. I tipped him up with BetRight to score tonight. I think it was 6-4, 7-4, something like that. Good price. Oh, kicking myself. I should have tipped him up to score a hat-trick. He's done it in 47 minutes. This is absolutely relentless, clinical Norwich City. This pink kit. We've played, over the last month, we've played twice. Game and a half in this pink kit. We've scored 8 goals so far. 5-0 against West Brom. 3-0 tonight here against Coventry. We saw the injury to Jovan McCarman. By the way, we should probably still touch on that, but that's for another day. Jovan McCarman's going to be out for a while, I think, right? Mohamed Toure, your opportunity to shine tonight. He scores against Blackburn at the weekend. Then he gets his chance tonight, and he scores a hat-trick in 47 minutes. This is extraordinary stuff, and I am genuinely speechless. Genuinely. Mohamed Toure's had 3 shots tonight and has scored 3 goals. And I tell you what, as well, he could have had another one. We're looking at a man that could have had 2 or 4 or 5 tonight. It's his movement that's... Oxford have been poor, right? A couple of mistakes. They have been poor. But Norwich have, I've really noticed it over the last few weeks, have just become really clinical in front of goal. Really clinical. Sean says, a Cuckoo's 4 in a game is in danger. Fucking too right it is. Absolutely too right it is. Ripper Fishins has taken him off now. I disagree. I want to leave him on and see what records we can break here. Every time he gets the ball, I think he's going to score. If you want to make a substitute, let's get Gibbs off and get Chris Gordon on. That's what I'd do. But no, I'd leave Toure on. Jake says, just seen into the future, Big Mo will score a hat-trick at Wembley in the playoff final and take us to the promised land. I too is a visionary. Welcome to the club, Jake. Welcome to the club. Mark says, oh, the irony. If Ginger Whinger Sarge hadn't thrown his toys out of the pram, we wouldn't have bought Toure. Thanks, Josh, and hats off to Napper. Yeah, it's funny how life works. It's funny how football works. You're so right. And actually, if McCarma doesn't pick up the injury, Toure doesn't start tonight. Maybe McCarma would have scored 4, but it's funny how certain careers go and certain moments happen that enable players to kind of kick on. McCarma was the same, right? McCarma was the same. If Sargent doesn't chuck his toys out of the pram, yes, I know McCarma was starting on the right-hand side. I'm just going to caveat this with a slight point. The weather at the Kassam is absolutely howling down again. And the only anxiety I had in the last game against West Brom, when we did a watch-along, was it was raining so hard I had this fear that the pitch might flood. And I've got that same fear again this evening. Let's hope it stops at some point. Is the Kassam known to flood? Hope not. It looks really, really horrible conditions out there, though. I fancy Norwich to get more here. I really do. I really, really do. Yeah, but as I say, it's funny how things work. And then, it can work the other way as well, right? Probably for Matthias Chris Gordon, you're thinking, hang on a minute, I was signed as because we thought Sarge was going to go in the summer. Then we signed Chris Gordon. So Chris Gordon's probably been told or thinks in his head, right, I'm the main number 9 because Sargent's going to go. Sargent stays, then in comes Makama, but he's the wild card. Then Makama starts playing, and then Chris Gordon's nowhere to be seen. So it can go either way. The other one I always think back to is Ricky van Wolfswinkel. I'm convinced that he was a player, but it just didn't work out. Certain things didn't go his way. The penalty that Snodgrass took and missed, fine margins, right? Funny how football works. So many things have had to happen in order for Mo Toure to be a Norwich City player starting for Norwich. But he is, and in 47 minutes tonight, he scored a hat-trick. Balmy and beautifully balmy. It's just funny how these things happen, isn't it? So Oxford United 0, Norwich City 3. Welcome along to Talk Norwich City. This is the number 1 Norwich City fan channel. You are watching Norwich City beating Oxford United 3-0. Mohamed Toure, the Australian Erling Haaland, is on fire. Jack says, what do you think Josh Sargent's thinking right now? Probably, I'm an idiot. No, he's probably not thinking a lot. He's probably sat at home playing Fortnite or something. Kids are, maybe putting his kids to bed. Maybe getting his stuff ready to move back to America. His wife's probably moaning that they're not moved yet. Probably not thinking much. But I mean, what a way to just ruin your legacy and put your career on pause. It's just, I think a lot of it will have been agent stuff. I just don't think that Sargent is that stupid. So I'm a little bit kind of reserved to get too stuck into Sarge. But ultimately, it's his career. I think he's been poorly advised. I think a lot of young players get poorly advised nowadays. Ultimately, the agent doesn't really care about legacy or anything like that. All they care about is getting their cut, their commission on player sales and stuff. So they don't give a shit. But the player should. And yeah, it's just poor. Mo Toure. Oh, I think he might be offside. No, he isn't. Oscar Schwartau. Anis Ben Slimane. Oh, I thought he was offside there. He wasn't. There was a chance to break through Mo Toure. Norwich again. There was a little 5 minutes of chaos, and now it's back to Norwich being brilliant again. Just keeping the ball, knocking it around nicely, keeping possession, and that's what I've liked. That's what I've liked under Philippe Clement. Is Norwich are 3-0 up, right? And under previous managers or whatever, we might have, taken our attackers off and regressed a little bit and tried to just lock it up and maybe win 3-1 or 3-2 or something. Under Philippe Clement, we keep pressing and we keep going. And we keep the retention of the ball and trying to play our stuff. There's no kind of coming off the gas. And I like that. And I like the just willingness to keep going. Don't let Oxford back in. Relentlessness. Yeah? That's been really good. Oscar Schwartau, clever little player. He's a clever footballer, Oscar Schwartau. He's a really clever footballer, Oscar Schwartau. Nearly 1,000 of you watching. The poll ended up being pretty conclusive. There were 600 votes. 66% of you thought that Norwich City would finish in the top 6. I'm going to end that poll there. Thank you very much. A big thank you to all of you watching on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter. If you are watching on YouTube, it would be really kind if you drop a little super chat in there, right? Let's get a little bit excited. Yeah, you can support the channel that way. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. It has been a marvellous season so far here on TNC. We are committed to trying to keep pushing out some really good content. Motore was nearly in there. It's those runs. Honestly, Torres probably has 5, maybe not even 5 training sessions under Philippe Clement. I thought on Saturday, I mean, he got the goal. It was brilliant movement. I thought he was a little bit of a headless chicken at times. Obviously, he's going to be. He's had, 3, probably 2 training sessions up until that point. Motore, he was nearly in again there. But tonight, his runs have been majestic. His runs have been majestic, off the shoulder, in behind, hold-up play. It has been the complete number 9 performance this evening. It is really, really raining at Oxford. Really raining at Oxford. There is a moth on the light up there. I hope that's not a sign of things to come. Jeremy Buxton, great to see you, my friend. I love Torre from Edward. We love Eves Hill Farm, Edward, and we love Motore here on TNC. Yeah, this has been a... Motore, silky feet. Nearly gets it into Anis Ben Slimane. It's getting wet out on that pitch. I am really... I mean, what have we got? We've got over half an hour of this game there. There's an option to go into Oscar Schwartau there. He'll go into Oscar Schwartau. There's a chance for Norwich City. Cuts it back. Schwartau. It was Sam Field running in. That was another chance on the counter-attack. Now it's Ben Crescene. That was a chance. Recycled now through Jose Van Dijk. Back out to Rory McConville. There's something building here. Tune in. Strap yourselves in, people. I think there might be something exciting happening. No, there won't. It's caught by the Oxford goalkeeper. That was a really, once again, nicely worked move there from Norwich City. It was nearly Oscar Schwartau creeping in. I'm getting worried about this pitch. It is absolutely hammering it down at the Kassam. There's a bit of trail behind the ball. Bit of trail, bit of water trail. That's not good to see. Norwich in pink, making boys and girls wink at the moment. Very much so. How many goals do you think Mo will score at the World Cup, says George? I don't know. I'd probably go conservative. Conservative guess. Maybe 5 or 6, something like that. What's the record for goals at the World Cup? Is it Miroslav Klose or something like that? Miroslav Torre, more like. It's Eleanor says, we have to get to 80 minutes for the result to stand. Is that true? Oh, no, Oxford are in. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. No, they're not. 60 minutes on the clock here. It's raining so heavy at the Kassam. Stop raining, weather gods. Do something. TNC, Oxford 0, Norwich City 3. Welcome along if you're just tuning in. If you're new, why don't you hit subscribe? We've just hit 30,000 subscribers. I reckon 70% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. If you aren't, hit subscribe. It really helps the channel. It's free. And you get notified when we release a new video, and it's pretty much daily. There are substitutions incoming. We are about to see Paris Mangoma. He is coming on for Anis Ben Slimane. Welcome to the party, Paris Mangoma. We are also going to be seeing Matthias Quist-Gordon. And off we go. Motore. Hat-trick for him tonight. Hat-trick for Motore. And on comes the the lively Matthias Quist-Gordon. What a performance from Motore tonight. He's just been given a big hug and a head rub from Philippe Clement. He's gone off like a dog, like a well-behaved dog, and his owner's just patting him on the head. Well done, Philippe Clement, and well done, Motore. And Ben Napper. Let me look down the lens for Ben Napper. Well done for finding Motore from Randers FC. I've never heard of Randers FC before, but I love Randers now. I love Randers now. Is everyone having a fun time? Is everyone enjoying themselves? If you're not, raise your hand and we'll try and sort that out. If you are enjoying yourself, click subscribe. Super chat's always appreciated. And hopefully we get another Norwich City goal. Couple of changes, couple of tweaks. Matthias Chris Gordon on for Mo Torre. Paris Bagoma on for Anis Ben Slimane. In terms of good night's work, Mo Torres is right up there. Right up there. 47-minute hat-trick for Mo Torre tonight. Scored again. He's now scored 4 goals in, 90 minutes of football, if that. If he continues at this run rate, he will probably score about 100 goals in his first 25 games for Norwich. No pressure, Mo. No pressure. Quite possibly the easiest decision ever on who to give the Man of the Match award to. I think Torre might have finished the game by having 3 shots and scoring 3 goals. Wow, that is clinical. Tim says, having fun in the lovely Manchester. The disaffected lawyer says Torre is averaging 3.63 goals per 90 at the moment. Canadian Ted says, great time, Jack. Best watch along out there. Well, thanks very much for Ali Ahmed, Ted. We much appreciate it. This is Paris Magoma's debut. It is. And hopefully we see a nice performance from him in the number 10. Half an hour to make your mark against Oxford. Best of luck, Paris. A big thank you to Oliver Downs. Very, very kind of you. He says, I want this to post as we score. Not quite happened, Oliver, but I'll leave it on screen. We might score in the next minute. It would be good to see Oscar get a goal. He deserves one at least. Loving it tonight. Me too, Oliver. Me too, mate. Yeah, Oscar Schwartau. Yeah, I think he might score tonight. I think you might be right, Oliver. I think you might be right. I think Oscar Schwartau might get a goal tonight. Pumped up long from Dan Grimshaw. Let's not forget our goalkeeper has an assist tonight. He got an assist after 47 seconds. Alicia says, I've subscribed. Thanks very much, Alicia. Yep, just hit 30k. Why don't we try and hit 31k by the end of February? That's probably not possible, but we'll give it a go anyway. Electric Wave says, I thought that Ahmed was got off to an amazing start, but Torre even more so. Yeah, I mean, talk about ridiculous starts. I mean, 4 goals in your first 90 minutes of football, essentially. Came on as a sub against Blackburn, scored. Starts against Oxford, hat-trick. I mean, what on earth? I mean, what's he going to do in the next league game? 5? 6? 7? Liam says, you did say, Jack, if you got to 30k subs would win today. Yeah, I told you. Visionary. I'm a visionary, Liam. All right? You people need to start putting some respect on my opinions. I'm chatting nonsense. You love it. Chris Gorham to get a brace and we win 5-0. Honestly, we've only been playing for 15 minutes this half. Well, 20 minutes. I feel like we've been going for far longer than that. Yeah, Matthias Chris Gordon. He scored against West Brom, didn't he? His goals per 90 this season's probably actually been quite good. He's just not really got much game time. Scored against Birmingham. Scored against Sheffield Wednesday. Scored against Coventry. Scored against West Brom. What's he got? 5 goals this season? Something like that. I like Chris Gordon. He's buzzy. He's a very different type of player. And you can see... that's not a foul, ref. Referee's feeling sorry for Oxford, clearly. What was I saying? Something insightful and witty, I think. What was I saying? You can see what Clement likes in a striker. Makama, Torre, big, powerful units. And Chris Gordon isn't that. But what Chris Gordon is, he's a good finisher. He's lively. He buzzes around the place. And I think there is a future at Norwich City for Matthias Chris Gordon. I think there's a player in there. I really do. Ethan says, Torre hat-trick on debut. Paris hat-trick incoming. I reckon McGowan will probably score tonight and then score a hat-trick on Saturday. Ethan, I think that's probably more realistic. That was a shocking decision from the ref there, by the way. Australia attack will be deadly at the World Cup. Torre, Irankunda, Sejasic and McGree. I'll tell you what, if it's not England that win the World Cup, I wouldn't mind it being Australia. If this goes in, this is complete injustice. Oxford United free kick. 25 yards out, well blocked by the wall. They'll get a second bite of the cherry. Well saved from Dan Grimshaw. If he's not making assists, carving out goals, he's stopping goals, is our Dan Grimshaw. This has been a nice little performance from Grimshaw this evening. Long ball played forwards. Matthias Kvistgaard might get there, doesn't get there, gives the foul away. The referee is enjoying blowing his whistle this evening. I mean, the disaffected law. Torres' goals penalty is about 10 times better than Matthias Kvistgaard's. Yeah, but Matthias Kvistgaard's is still good. It's just Torres is just obscene. Australia, yeah. How many players are we going to have at the World Cup this summer? I don't even know who's in the World Cup. I know Josh Sargent isn't. I know that much. Toure, Ahmed, Tunisia in it? I assume they are based on this comment. Slimane, Sam Field will probably play for England. Grimshaw, we need a goalkeeper. How many? Honestly, how many? I'm going to say like 4 or 5 maybe. Stuart Down says, superb performance so far, but more importantly, this has moved us up one more place in the league. Yeah, no, let's, we've got us slightly carried away, and nearly 700 of you voted to say that Norwich would get top 6 this season, which is mental, but there we are. Norwich City were 23rd place when Philippe Clement took over. I think when we played Oxford and we drew, I'm sure we were 5 points adrift or something like that. And I remember vividly, right? I was sat filming my video post-Oxford. I'd watched Mate Jurasek stink the place out. I'd seen us concede a 96th minute goal or whatever it was. And I was so down. I was so downbeat. And now I'm sat here talking about top 6. Like, I was convinced after that. Well, certainly through I was still scarred by Manning, but I was convinced that we were going down. And I think most people were. I don't think I was a unique kind of opinion there. And now we're playing football like this. And that is simply down to one man. And that's Philippe Clement. And it hasn't been all easy. It hasn't been completely plain sailing for Philippe. Injuries, Josh Sargent, nonsense. Hold the line because Norwich City are coming forwards here. There's Oscar Schwartau. That is an absolutely spectacular ball. And it will fall to Sam Field, who actually quite impressively sends it into the Hollywood Bowl car park. And I think that hit a Peugeot. Actually quite amusing. If you're going to miss by a long way. What a ball this is from Oscar Schwartau. That left-hand side switches it out to Liam Gibbs, who finds a nice pass into Field, and Field just goes fuck it and whacks it straight into the Hollywood Bowl car park. Quite appreciate it from Sam Field. If Torre doesn't get a team of the week on FIFA, I'm going to riot. I don't play FIFA anymore, but if I did, I would also be very excited about the potential of a team of the week. Torre. I mean, he has to, doesn't he? I don't know how it works. Oh, he's offside. That's fine. If he doesn't get a team of the week, then you should boycott FIFA. Stevie G9 says, Jack, who's your player of the season so far? If I were to have to vote now, it's been weird, isn't it? Because there's been batches. It would have been Makama. It probably would have been Kenny at some points. Who would I vote for if I had to vote now? I think I'd vote for McConville. I think... it's hard to see. More substitutions. We'll get back onto this in a moment because I like this comment. Jack Stacey and Ali Ahmed are coming on. Who's he coming on for? Who are they coming on for? I assume it will be Gibbs and Schwartau. Unless Stacey's coming on for Fisher or Chris Enne. I think it'll be Schwartau. I know, hang on, because... No, that works, doesn't it? I don't know. Whatever Clement does, it'll work. So I'm not going to... If I were to vote now, I think I'd vote McConville. I think... Although I think the injuries might play a part here, because I think McCarman's going to be out for a while. I mean, mentally, Slamane's probably in the mix. Kellen Fisher probably in the mix. Liam Gibbs going off. Well, Liam, solid performance from you tonight. It's a tough one. Player of the season, Cordoba. Who would you vote for? Yeah, quite a few people saying Cordoba. There's a few of you saying McConville. Torre player of the season. Could be. Could be if it continues like this. If he scores this many goals at this rate, he'll have about 30 by the end of the season. Okay, so it's Fisher for Stacey and Ahmed for Gibbs. Okay, good to get Kellen Fisher a little rest. It's still absolutely chuck it down at the Gassam. Okay, so yeah, Ali Ahmed on for Gibbs, sorry, and well done, Ryan McConville. It's amazing with McConville and Cordova because that was actually a really remarkable clearance from McConville, like really, really good last-ditch clearance, and I've just gone, oh, well done, McConville, because it's just normal now, and actually, I shouldn't be normalising that because what I just witnessed there was just elite defending, but that's kind of what he does. Again, Cordoba's just blocked on the line, and I've just gone, oh, well done, that's what you do. Right, Norwich have a 3-on-1 here. Matthias Quiscorn, will he find the pass? Oh, he can't quite, but Jack Stacey will get there. If Chris Garden finds the pass there, then Ali Ahmed's through on goal. Paris Magoma picks his head up and kicks it into the Hollywood Bowl car park. Something about that car park that's attracting the ball this evening. Kenny for player of the season. Yeah, wouldn't be against that. I think this is a video for another day, this one. Who do you think will leave? I think there's going to be huge turnover this summer because you've got quite a few out of contract. You've got a few that they'll want, like I think Duffy's out of contract. Actually, can you see who's out of contract? I think there'll be like massive turnover. I'm gonna have to have a proper look, but like Schlupp's out of contract. I think Liam Gibbs I think might be out of contract. Like there's a good few. Paris Magoma, opportunity to find a pass. He will find a pass. Ali Ahmed, is he onside? He is. No, he's not. Oh fuck! Was he offside? He didn't look offside. There's a real opportunity to score a few more goals here, by the way. There's a real opportunity to score a few more goals here because Oxford are flying men forwards, and every time that we turn over possession, it's 3-on-3. Like, let me just have another look there. Magoma, yeah, he was about 6 yards offside. Magoma plays it into Ahmed, and then he's in behind. Well, he was in behind there because he was 6 yards offside, but Magoma's getting the ball in pockets. God, this gets me going. Philippe Clement, I tell you what, he's made Norwich fun again, hasn't he? Nearly 1,000 of you watching. How many subscribers have we gained this evening? 75. Let's try and gain 75 more subscribers from now until the end of the show. Come on. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I reckon loads of you haven't. And I can see you if you haven't already subscribed. Get stuck in. Matthias Chris Gordon. What was that, Samfield? Wow, that was awful. I'll forgive you, Samfield. Don't worry. Oscar Schwartau, player of the season. Yeah, I can see that. If you were to have to vote now, who would you vote for? And who do you think will get it? Because, like, let's weigh this up, right? A lot of you are probably thinking Makama for player of the season now. But Makama is going to be out for a while. Makama is going to be out for a while. So he probably won't play for, the rest of February, maybe into March, right? So then you're thinking, okay, well, you striker ends the season on 13 goals. I know that isn't the full story, but like, is that player of the season worthy? Probably not. So who knows what Torre does from now until the end of the season? Who knows what Slimane does from now until the end of the season? Bassong's won it in the past. Defenders can win it. a Cordoba or a McConville if we continue to finish the season strong. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I also wouldn't be surprised by a Schwartau or something. Look, lots of football still to play. I think it's nice that we're even having this discussion and the fact that there are a few players up for grabs, because I think there was probably one under Liam Manning, and that was probably like a Harry Darling or something. I mean, that's another. Harry Darling's not even getting a sniff now, and he was our best player for a few weeks. Matson's the other. Lots of people saying Matson. Oh, I guess if you were to vote now, it'd probably be Matson. But like, he's not going to be playing for another month or so. So, fucking injuries, bloody injuries. Schlupper's up there. For Wood and Spoon. Oh, Ali Ahmed. Oxford have been poor tonight, it has to be said, but Norwich have been excellent. And this is the thing, right? Is we look a completely different, on a different stratosphere. I thought we looked a different stratosphere to Blackburn. I think the same tonight. It was Jovan McCarmer post Wrexham who said, we're not playing relegation football anymore. And I heard that and I thought, yeah, you're right. You're right, Jovan. Not only do you score goals, but you come out with sense. And now I watch us against, Oxford and Blackburn and other teams in and around us. And I go, this isn't even the same game. We're playing, you're playing tiddlywinks and we're playing football. It's night and day. It's Philippe Clement and Oxford. It shouldn't be on the same pitch. All right, but under Liam Manning, we drew to Sheffield Wednesday under Liam Manning. Sheffield Wednesday. They haven't scored in 8 games. Haven't picked up a point. All right, different levels. Absolutely different levels. Oxford United 0, Norwich City 3, a 47-minute Mohamed Toure hat-trick. The difference at the moment, Norwich City in pink is a very dangerous proposition. You are watching Talk Norwich City. We've just hit 30k subscribers. Let's try and hit 30,150 this evening. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. Super chats. Do support the channel hugely. 78 minutes on the clock here. Thankfully, the game's not been postponed as of yet because of rain, although it is still absolutely hammering it down. That was a little bit handsy from Cordoba there. I've seen penalties given for that, but thankfully the referee hasn't given a penalty, and Dan Grimshaw will find Ben Crescene, who'll go long up the pitch and attempt to find the head of Matthias Quist-Gordon, but the defender has about 2 foot on him. I honestly, look, I'll film a match review after this tonight, but I cannot believe that performance from Mo Toure. It was one of the most complete striker performances I've ever seen. The movement, the finishing, the vision. Oh, it had it all. Like the runs. It was really special. Actually makes me feel quite emotional. Have you done my season ticket renewal yet? I'll be there. I don't see. I mean, it's just not even it's just not an option. It's just auto renew every year. Bang! I'll be there. I'll tell you what, I've seen fouls given for Cordoba's little handsy performance in the penalty box there. Corner for Oxford, whipped in. Rory McConville's head is there, as it often is. A little bit more pressure from Oxford in the last few moments, but you'd be surprised if there wasn't. They're 3-0 down, and I would say there is a chance for Norwich to score another on the counter-attack here. I really do. Kenny McLean progressing forwards and still going. Good tackle that from Oxford. Been a bit more lively, Oxford, but given away from Jose Van Dijk into Ben Crescene. Ben Crescene will pick his head up. Ali Ahmed. God, this pitch looks bad now. It is absolutely chuck it down. And actually, I can hear it here now. It's hit the Norfolk villages. Yeah, the rain is really coming down. It's raining Toure goals and water. This has been good fun tonight, hasn't it, everyone? This has been really good fun. This has been really good fun. No Toure, no problems. Do you think we'll be in the Prem by 2030? God, yeah, we will. under Philippe Clement. I mean, that's a stupid question. Do you think we'll be in Europe by 2030 is probably the question. Will we be in Europe in the next 3.5 years? I wouldn't bet against it. I tell you what as well. BetRight have taken a hammering again tonight. An absolute hammering. I keep tipping winners on there. It's becoming boring. I just go to Mr. Wright. I go, hi mate, yeah, give me the price of Norwich to win. He says the price. I'm like, you what? That's the price. We should be odds on. You give me a 6-4 to beat Oxford. All right, take that. All of you get on. We win money. Happy days. You got to be 18 plus and you must gamble away. Raging Bubba says, think we've taken the foot off the gas a little here. Too many long balls and slowing down. I mean, it was good. It was going to slow down a little bit. I think we score another. I think this ends 4 or 5. I think there's chances on the counter. Chris Garden will be desperate for a goal. I think these all look I still think that all of these look hungry. Kenny McLean ball to be whipped in. Here we go. Corner ball, whipped in, beats the first man. Oh, it was nearly McConville's head that gets there. Matthias Chris Garden back out to Kenny McLean. Another opportunity to cross it in. Finds Sam Field. Oh, it's difficult to control the ball at the moment. That's a foul. It's very wet out there. Ben says, with Prem scores, we'll play Spurs next season. We'll go above. We'll go in the league above Spurs. They're coming down. This is an interesting one from Peter Baldwin. Cordoba reminds me of Seb Bassong's comeback and Alex Neil playoff season. Completely changed the season. History's rewriting itself. Seb Bassong, what a legend, by the way. We had Seb Bassong on the podcast. He told a prayer in the changing rooms of the playoff final that apparently just galvanised the whole team. Seb Bassong was such an influential member of that dressing room in Alex Neil's promotion season. Yeah, I remember actually. Because Bassong had kind of been written off, hadn't he? He'd been written off in the first half of that season, and Alex Neil came in, and Bassong was an absolute world beater. Honestly, this centre-back partnership of McConville and Cordoba it's a very well built brick wall. You can't get through it, and they do it with class. Like, it's a really pretty brick wall. Like the concrete is stunning. It's been sort of repointed. The bricks are stunning, and it's all just perfect. Who's coming on here? That's Jacob Wright. It's Jacob Wright. He's coming on for Kenny McLean. 10 minutes to the end for Jacob Wright. Chaz Tats has got to say Magoma isn't putting in much effort. Bloody hell, Chaz. We're 3-0 up, pal. Give the lad a break. We're managing workload. Yeah, I mean, Magoma, is he fit? I don't know. Jacob Wright's coming on. God, he looks like he's about to kill someone, Jacob Wright. God, he looks angry. Who's getting the captain's armband here? This is going to be interesting. Oh, McConville's getting it. Roaring McConville as captain. Okay, don't hate that. Someone says I must have a rain filter on my screen. It isn't raining. It looks like it's raining. Maybe it's just my grainy screen. It's definitely raining here. This is a good point as well. Let's give everyone some credit tonight. Marshall says, makes a change to have faith in your backup. Oh, who's gone down here? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cordoba's pulled something. Oh, no. Oh, no, I think he just gets kicked. Oh, no, he gets kicked in the face. That's all right. He'll be all right. He gets a little elbow in the face. I thought he'd pulled a hammy or something. He's just lost an eyeball instead. He'll be alright. He's got another one. Oh no, he's cut his lip open as well. Oh, ouch! You're gonna have a really bloody lip after that. That's not very nice. Just tell us, I need a 4 for 350 quid. This is the amount that backs the 4-0 every week. Love that from you. I will get a 4th. I think we will. Sorry. I shouldn't scare you like that. It was a head clash. I saw him go down. I saw him holding his leg, and I thought, oh, God. We're all right. We're okay. I think I can confidently say that we've picked up 3 points. 85 minutes on the clock. 3-0. Mo Torre. What a way to spend your Tuesday evening. What's everyone's plans for Valentine's Day, other than going to Carrow Road and watching us win an FA Cup game? I'm thinking about lighting the candles, having a romantic dinner, and inviting Mo Torre over. Introducing him to the Norfolk villages. So the person who said it's not raining, I am sure it's raining there. I hope you're right. The pitch looks rather damp though. CJ Play says 3 goals, 3 points, 3 stands. Yeah, I mean, terrible time to be an Oxford fan right now. How many points above the relegation zone does this put us? I mean, we should be thinking more about how many points of the playoffs we are. That's 8, because I've looked. We are now... We're up to 16th. This would put, 7 points above the drop zone this would put us. It put us 11 points above Oxford. We were 5 points from safety when Philippe Clermont came in. 5 points from safety. We are now 7 points above the drop. We are, over the last 10 games, the informed team in the Championship. Above Middlesbrough. They are the league leaders and they look awesome. I can't put into words the turnaround. Genuinely can't put into words the turnaround. Locomotive says, my Valentine's is driving from Orkney to Hopton. Hopton's great. 767 miles. Bloody hell. How long is that going to take? Joey says, again, it's really 11 points because they all have a game in hand. Too late, really. Thanks, Liam. And what mood killer. I bet you're fun at parties, Liam. Joey, sorry. Yeah, no, it probably is a step too far. I think what's going to happen, I said it on the pod on Monday, I think what's going to happen is we're going to win the majority of games this month. We're going to get to within like 5 points, 6 points, and then we might fall away a little bit. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Ali Ahmed, what a ball that is for Matthias Quistgården. Ooh, just runs out of slightly. That's a nice pass. I think that's probably what I think. Ultimately it was a little bit too little, too late. Well, who knows? Ultimately, you've got like 10 teams going for one position. I think everyone's going for 6th. I think it's like 8 points to 6th, and then I think it's like 5 points above that to 5th. Oh, that's a nice bit of play. Jack Stacey's in behind here. Can he get across? He's still going. Jack Stacey whipped in. Oh, unlucky. Great run from Jack Stacey. Lots of joy down that right-hand side tonight. Chaz Tats, I think you're going to be all right if you're 4-0. I really do sense another Norwich goal here. I think it's coming. As we pass it out of play. Maybe not. Ooh, this is interesting. Dylan says first mention of a playoff push on Sky. Ooh, the fact they're speaking about it. Interesting. When do we play Ipswich? How many games from... Ooh, I'm starting to get ahead of myself now. We play Ipswich on the 11th of April. Which after that, there's 4 games. I tell you what, the run-in looks kind as well. Norwich, we're at home to Derby, then at home to Swansea, then away to Hull. We couldn't, could we? We couldn't, could we? Oxford 0, Norwich City 3, 80. Oh wow, Southampton from 3-0 down to 3-3 against Leicester. Whew. You are watching Oxford United 0, Norwich City 3 live on TNC. That rhymes. Mo Torre with a hat-trick in 47 minutes this evening. It has been a joyful night to be a Norwich City fan. Norwich City move up to 16th place. The away end is quite literally bouncing. There are crutches in the air of the away end at the Kassam. The last time I was in the away end at the Kassam, Johnny Rhodes refused to play. It was Johannes Hoff-Torup's first game in charge, and I was really sad. This evening for Norwich City fans, it is a happy encounter. Viewer says not scared of anyone at the moment. Buzzing. I agree. I'm not scared of anyone either. And I think we score a fourth here. Paris Magoma goes up for the header, doesn't find it, but it'll fall to Matthias Quisgon. Ali Ahmed on the left-hand side. He'll pick up his head. Ben Cressene's been awesome tonight. He's been everywhere, really attacking. Paris Magoma, Ali Ahmed, really nice play. Paris Magoma back on the ball. Field, Magoma, working the ball. Oh, back heel. Oh, unlucky. I tell you what, flicks and tricks from Magoma in there. Hello. Hello, the capital of France. Sam Field, out wide. Jack Stacey. Think Quisgon's in an offside position. Doesn't matter anyway because it will go out for a corner. A bit part player. John's won his bet. Well done. Let me know if any of you are on your bet right tonight. I've had some fun with those guys so far. Right, corner. 92nd minute. I'd love a fourth for all of those on the 4-0. McConville's up. Cordoba's up. It will be Jacob Wright to take it. Whipped in ball. Good ball. Cleared from Oxford. Crescene. Oh, touches. Oh, Oscar. You little beauty. You little tinker. This has been really good from Norwich tonight. Jimmy says Grimshaw to replace Kovacevic permanently. To be fair, I don't. Has Grimshaw actually made a save? I'm not even sure if Oxford have had a shot on target. I think the defence has been so good that I'm not even sure he's had a save to make. Tyler says Mo wears the same kit for his national team, yellow and green. Feels comfortable in these colours. We're in pink tonight, Tyler. We're in pink. Doesn't feel comfortable in that, and he still scores a hat-trick. God, imagine when we get him back at home for a full start. Blimey, he could score 4 or 5. Okay, last time I looked, Oxford XG. I can see it. No, they've had one shot on target. Okay, no, yeah, Grimshaw did make a save, but straight out. Grimshaw, for a second, I mean, we've seen him against Walsall, Watford tonight. You know, every performance, I'm like, he looks pretty assured. You know, it's good to have a second choice keeper that you don't, you know, have severe anxiety around. I mean, that helps a lot. Oh, good ball that from Oxford. Opportunity for them late on. Crossed in, back post, over everyone, out for a throw. That could well be all she wrote. 30 seconds left on the clock. 93 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 minutes of added time. Wow, is this true, Archie? Torre is the first player to score a hat-trick on his first start in the top 4 tiers since Lingard in 2013. Is that right? 13 years ago was the first time someone in the top 4 tiers scored a hat-trick on full debut. That's remarkable, if so. I love it. Has to be the best start for a City player ever. Debut goal and a hat-trick in the first half. Yeah, there we go. Full time. Sorry to anyone on the 4-0. But Norwich City have won that. An absolute canter. It started after 50 seconds with Dan Grimshaw lumping it long and Torre finishing. It was the filling of the delightful Torre sandwich. Was probably the goal of the night. The goal of the night. It was beautifully worked. It was Ben Crescene. It was Mo Torre. It was 2-0. And it was capped off early on in the second half. A bad error from Oxford. Torre was through and Torre finished. That was a spectacular evening for Norwich City. That was a spectacular evening for Mo Torre. Declan Rudd with his lovely, luscious hair walking out onto the pitch. And I would say now that Norwich City are very much safe in the Championship. We move 7 points away from the drop zone. We are 7 points away from the drop zone. We are 8 points away from the playoffs. It's amazing how quickly things can change. It's amazing how quickly things can change. I'd love to know what price Norwich are now for top 6. We beat Blackburn. We beat Oxford. Let me remind you of the fixtures coming up now for Norwich City. West Brom in the Cup. I still want to take that seriously. Then it's Birmingham at home. And then it's Sheffield Wednesday at home. If we win those 2 league games, Birmingham and Sheffield Wednesday, which I think we do, Norwich City could well be 3 points from the playoffs, 4 points from the playoffs. Then you can start to dream. That was a really polished performance tonight. And let's not forget, the start was Jovan Makama's injury news, was Paparamadou Diallo's injury news, was Van Kovacevic's injury news. We started with Mo Torre up front. We started with Liam Gibbs at right wing. We started with Sam Field in the middle. We started with Dan Grimshaw in goal. And yet still, Norwich City found a way to win and win convincingly. Philippe Clement has revolutionised the way that Norwich City play football. The players in pink dancing in front of the away end. On a memorable night for Norwich City at the Kassam Stadium. As Norwich City edge ever closer to the top 6. And Mo Torre is giving fist pumps in front of the away end with match ball in hand. Well done, that man. Well done, that man. What a signing he has been for Norwich City. Absolutely superb. He knows where the back of the net is. Philippe Clement knows how to win football matches. I'm seeing Dan Grimshaw fist pumping in front of the away end, and I want more of it. I want more of it. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to film a match review this evening. We'll have a podcast out maybe at some point later this week. West Brom in the Cup on Saturday. Wow. That was so much fun. Thank you all so much for watching. My last plug, if you haven't already, please do click subscribe. We just hit 30k subs. I want to race towards 35k. I never ask you to subscribe, but I'm going to start doing it. It helps us. It's free. You can do that by clicking on the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Norwich City 3, Oxford United 0. 8 points from the playoffs. Dare to dream, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.